Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Nasar, aka the Real Estate Doru. I'm not a guru, I'm a Doru because I actually do this business. And today, so fortunate to have my man Matt Kemp and on the line. And basically, what we're going to do, we're going to discuss the new features about Deal Machine, in reference to Deal Machine, and everything that the new things it can do. We already know that it's a driving app, right? And if you go to durudriving.com, you can download the app. And if you use that link, Duru Driving, that's DORU driving.com. If you use that link, you get $15 in credits, which equal about to 150 skips or X amount of post.
Yeah. Yep.
As long as you do it within the 7-day free trial. So you want to take advantage of it. Now, and a lot of times people think, and the good people at Deal Machine, and let me just say this on behalf, a lot of people think sometimes these companies, all they want to do is just sell me. All they want to do is this, that, and the third. Well, prior to Deal Machine, I had to do this with pen and paper. So, and with doing this with pen and paper, for me, it was a 2-day process. One day, I would collect all the data, and then I would go on my computer and research all the data and cross. So if I got like 100,
brutal.
It was brutal, bro. It was brutal at that time. So this is going to save you a whole day and manpower work, and you can just focus on getting leads, calling them, etc. So it's kind of like a tool that's not only can help you make a quick 10,000, which is the title of this video, but it can also make your life a lot easier and saving more time so you can get in the business. But Matt, let us know, like, from the Deal Machine now, what do you guys have going on and everything else, man? Just take it over from here.
Yeah, man. And first, I just want to say thanks again for having me on. I know your community, you have great people who I know anytime I come on, they bring awesome questions. They're super engaged. They're ready to take action on your knowledge and stuff we're giving them today. So excited to share that. Like you said, I know we wanted to hook you guys up too. Or if you go, like you said, through your link, through your promo code, they're going to get that 7-day free trial. So try us out for free. But then outside of that, like you said, get over 100 free skip traces, get over 25 free mailers. So we just want to give you all the free stuff to just get out there, start making conversations happen, and land that first or that next deal. So again, just want to say thanks again for having me on.
No problem, man. All right, let's hop into it.
Yeah, happy to. And I know I love hearing your story about the driving for dollars piece too. Just to give people a quick overview, like you said, I mean, Deal Machine, our how we even got started. Like David, our founder, same thing as what you did. He was out there, he was driving around, he was looking for physically distressed properties. He's looking for those worst looking houses on the block. Would take out a pen and paper, would try to write down that address. It was a strategy that like everyone in his local market, he's from Indy, everyone there was telling him, hey, go do this driving for dollars thing. Like this works. It's been around for decades, but now we've brought technology to make that process way more effective, way more efficient. Like he would miss out on deals because he would just write them down, try to figure out how to get in touch with them, send out one postcard or send out one thing to get in touch with them, and see a couple months later that the house was sold, and it'd be, hey, like, what happened there? Like, how did I miss out on this? And it's because of that follow through and follow up, and really, how do you identify those leads that matter most? Like, how do you figure out, which of those leads are the ones that are going to be most valuable to go after? And that's what a lot of our updates are here, Nasar, that I'll show you today, man, is like, we've got a couple of different new things that we're bringing to the table. I can even talk about what's coming next to kind of give people, behind the curtain peek of everything we've got going on back here. But a lot of what we're talking about today will be, hey, let's help you identify those most effective leads, those leads that you should be spending most of your time on first, and then also give you a couple different tools to even build this list of leads to begin with. So let me start here. So you can see my screen, correct?
Yeah, I see your screen.
Awesome. So I'll show you guys the actual technology here. There's only a handful of people that currently have this, and again, this is, this particular view you're seeing on here, this is your leads view. This is all of the leads that you're accumulating through your Deal Machine account, which you can see, this one's very, very active. But you've got this leads view where Deal Machine in general, like there's two different ways you can build a list of leads within Deal Machine. You've got either driving for dollars, which we just talked about there. It's, hey, we want to help you, download the app, get out there, drive around, pin properties, be able to create a list of leads that way. In general, the idea behind that is, hey, you're creating a list that no one else has. Right now, I mean, demand is ridiculously high. Inventory is an all-time low. Like going off market is the way to find this deal, or to find a deal that makes sense for an investor, or to be able to wholesale it to somebody who would actually take that off your hands and be a cash buyer there. But you've got two options to do that. You've got driving for dollars, or what I can show you guys today is we have a brand new list builder, kind of list builder 2.0. which, we've had that within Deal Machine, prior, but now it's a much more prominently featured part of the software, where we want to give people those two options of, driving for dollars, meaning, hey, drive around and that way you're going to be, using a little more time. Like you're going to be, using your own kind of sweat equity to go find those leads around you and create a list that way. That's an exclusive list that you have. Or, this list builder option where you can come in. And I'll show you guys this, which, Nasar, have you messed around with our list builder at all in the past?
I have not messed around with it yet.
Yeah. So this right here, this is only a few people have access to this specific leads and view and list builder view. We're rolling it out, getting feedback currently from a few people to make sure we have every single bug worked out. And that way, you guys are going to get the best version here over the coming weeks. So this is kind of like a behind the scenes, sneak preview here. But this list builder option here too, if you click on this, you'll be able to see, this pop up right, kind of an overlay right here, where again, you've got your driving for dollars option and you've got your list pulling option here, which is, list builder. You can go in and you'll see these blue highlights start to pop up. This is every single list that I've ever filtered in the past. So you can see quickly, hey, where in town do I already have, lists that I'm pulling, lists that I'm creating, being able to quickly, start reaching out to leads using this tool. You'll see these blue dots start to pop up, and this will happen. I know internet's a little slow on my end over here, but you'll see some blue dots start to pop up here as well. That'll show you every other property that you've added in your Deal Machine, whether it be through driving for dollars or list builder here. Oh, there you go. So you can see that pop up now. And then, you can go right in here and say, hey, let me start to pull a list of leads. Let me look at, it could be all single family rentals. It could be, vacant properties. It could be, multiple property owner, pre-foreclosure, foreclosure, bank out, absentee. You can create even more specific filter and come in here and say, hey, let me see every single property that the sale price is, less than 300,000, confirm that, and, or your two options here. So let's do, and, the sale date is, before a couple years ago. So you can see like, hey, what are things that have maybe a little bit of equity here to work with, start there, and maybe even come in and actually say, hey, show me all of the equity percentage of is greater than 50% here. Confirm all that, and you'll see in real time these green highlights start to pop up, these little green dots. And if you zoom in here, you can see them a little bit better. Each of those highlights are showing you in real time, hey, here are properties that fit this exact criteria. And it's going to be able to help you just make one, save you a ton of time and being able to pull that list and make sure you're pulling just the most effective and efficient list possible. But then two, help you come in here and say, okay, let me draw around this area. Come in here, use our drawing tool. Come in here, click around, create a box, and then you'll see in real time, it'll load up and say, oh, I've got 101 leads in this area that fit this particular criteria. Or you can, kind of move this around and in real time see, okay, I've got, nail it down to 75 leads. And again, our whole goal with this, you've got two different options to be able to create a list of potentially motivated sellers here. Driving for dollars being one of them. This is the other option we want to give you. So that way you can, go in, and I'm happy to dive into why do both, but your whole goal here is to be able to quickly build a list and be able to reach out to people in a fast way as well. in addition to your driving for dollars.
All right, Matt, let me stop you there. All right, so what you just showed us, what you just showed us is basically, all right, so with the list building feature, I can build my list manually with driving for dollars, which I've been saying over the last few years, mail sucks. However, if mail is targeted, mail can work. So if you build that list, you know there's a problem. So you're more than likely to find somebody on that list to find that has a headache and they want some aspirin, and you should have the aspirin as a real estate investor. So one way is to you can drive for dollars, and the second way, if I say, hey, this neighborhood is on fire, I want to wholesale this neighborhood, I want to buy all my properties in this neighborhood from the app or from the my laptop.
Yeah,
I can zoom in on my that particular neighborhood, and I can pull out that data. Is basically what you just showed me, correct?
Exactly, man. Yeah. And the goal, like you said, it's build that list. And then, step 2 is, okay, we can market to that list. So I can show you here, once you've actually built that list up, you can see I have driving for dollars leads in this tab. You can see here's the tab that I just built that list. So it's going to take a little bit to actually, export all those leads in this view here for you. But like you talked about, Nasser, I mean, when you click on this, you can right within the app, whether it be you can do this on mobile or through the desktop that I'm showing you here, they both sync up. You can go right in, hit bulk send, either do mail right there, bulk send mail for a mail campaign, or go in and actually skip trace those leads right on the spot and say, all right, let me skip trace all of those. Go in, all right, it's going to cost me $3 to do that. Skip trace those leads and go in and be able to say, all right, on the spot, you'll be able to start to call, text, email people in addition to any other marketing strategy that you're taking.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, man. So, like, I'd say in terms of what's going on that's new, one big thing is that list builder. It's us being able to say, hey, we want people to drive for dollars. We also understand, like, if you're not getting out there driving for dollars, there's another way to go about doing it. It's about pulling a list like this and on the spot, whether it be on your desktop or mobile, start to skip trace, start to send mail, start to get in touch with people that way. One exciting feature that would be a way to combine those two things right here is when you go in, let's see if this is built yet. All right, we're still loading up our leads here. Let me open another list for you guys. Oh, here we go. Perfect. So you can see, hey, I've got 75 leads currently in this particular list that we just pulled here together. One thing that we talk about is the power of building a list and driving for dollars together. And the reason being behind this is saying, hey, the more factors that you can gather, the more data you can gather about each individual lead, the higher quality that lead is, like the higher priority you should make that lead. And one big way to do that is by driving a particular list that you've pulled. So it's kind of combining the best of both worlds of saying, all right, I pulled this list. I have a list of leads that I know fit a particular criteria. I know it fit that sale price, was less than 300K, that the sale date was over, I think 5 years ago we put, that they have at least 50% equity. So we know these are properties that are in our buy box, that, they're in our criteria that we already determined. Well, the next step there is to be able to drive this list, and let's see how long this will take us, 3 hours, 45 minutes to drive those 75 properties. And either you yourself, or you can assign it to, I have David on this account here too, assign that, create a tab, and you go in, he'll see that when he pops into his deal machine account, hey, I need to go drive this list. I need to drive past each of these properties. And the whole point of doing that is to be able to understand, okay, how do we go past these properties, find the ones that are actually, really not in great shape, they're physically distressed on top of these other factors. And we know, wow, those are the really, really strong leads. And maybe even, door knock on the spot, or, you're able to collect more information, like by talking to people in that neighborhood. There's a variety of other reasons to drive that list. But the main point being, hey, let's identify those leads that are going to be, the ones we should be spending most of our time on.
Okay. All right. So basically, after you pull the data, now you have the data if you want to focus on a particular neighborhood. And then you could assign it to one of your drivers and say, hey, I want you to ride past these particular houses, and they'll give you the route to take, correct?
Yep. Yep. So when you hit drive this list,
Yeah.
that'll be on your mobile app. So you'll jump into your deal machine account and you'll be able to see, okay, drive from here to here to here to here. It'll be an imported GPS that will guide you through the whole thing. And that way it's giving you the most efficient, most effective way to hit that whole list as fast as possible.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So and then you hit the list and you're just going through your mark. Don't need pen and paper because you're marking through the app, through tapping the button. You're basically saying we're gonna keep this, we're gonna X this, keep this, X this, and then you can mark it the ones you want when you're done, correct?
Yep. And we, so you can go through, you can basically say, hey, Mark, is this a qualified lead or not? You can actually add tags here, right, too. So you can say, yeah, I drove by and saw that, it had tall grass, it had an overstuffed mailbox. You can get really specific, boarded up windows. You can get specific about what you saw within that property. But then, the goal here would be, okay, you pulled a really qualified list. Now let's drive that list of leads right there to look for those properties that are true, have physical distress too, and hey, this is one to really follow up with, to really call, text, email, door knock, mailer, whatever your marketing method might be. Focus on those.
Okay, all right, and just to confirm, my man Oliver says so the app gives you the route as well.
Yeah. Yep. So that's all right in there. Yeah, that's something too. If you're on our pro level, if you're we have Deal Machine Starter, Pro, and Elite. If you're on pro level and up, the pro level features include route tracking too. So it'll also, it'll import the GPS and help guide you from place to place, and then also it'll track your route too, where it'll show you like, hey, here's everywhere you've ever driven, and that way, whenever you go out and do drive for dollars, whether it be guided or not, you'll be able to see where you've been. It'll turn yellow and red, yellow after 6 months, red after a year, to show you, hey, it's been a while since you drove a certain area, and it'll help you kind of get more strategic about how to cover your whole city or your whole community.
Perfect. All right. And does this routing also work if you found a lead using the Google Earth Map Drive for Dollars technique?
Yeah. So really any lead that you have here, which, you've got the virtual driving for dollars that pulls it in, like you mentioned there, that pulls that in to to all your leads as well. But the other piece I wanted to show you, good transition onto this, is our list stacking feature. So, List Builder, we upgraded. List stacking, the whole goal around that is to be able to say, hey, you might have a couple of different sources that you're getting data from. Like you might be using List Builder and driving for dollars. You might be using other technologies. You might be, getting a list from, your lawyer, from the city, or from where you might have driven for dollars and, wrote down those leads in the past, and might have a bunch of leads of those. All those individual spreadsheets. Now it's really easy to just go and add leads and then import that list. And when you do that, you'll be able to start to see on these leads. I don't know if we'll have any on here that have a different number, but you'll be able to start to go in here and see, hey, I've got here for these load up, you've got these numbers that'll appear right here. You'll see a number 2, and you'll see, this particular lead falls on a couple lists. It falls on my driving for dollars list, and it falls on a list I skip traced, the ones I just did today. It'll go in here, and this is kind of, you'll say, okay, I've got this on 3 different lists. You can organize by that. And the whole goal of this particular feature, this list stacking feature, is that, every single list that a lead is on is another potential motivator of why they might be a good candidate to sell, like why they might be a motivated seller. So if you've imported a lead from all these different areas, you're using us as really kind of a data hub to combine all those spreadsheets automatically and sync everything up. It'll show you, I had this 2120 Bellefontaine Street property on 25 different lists that I've had going on. So it'll show you, okay, this is appearing on all these different lists, meaning, hey, there's all these different potentially motivating factors. The more lists it's on, the better that this lead would be. And that's where you're going to want to spend your time. Like that is where you want to really spend most of your focus and energy and marketing dollars, is on those leads that are appearing, in multiple different ways, and, help you kind of stack those lists together and figure out, all right, which properties are on a variety of my lists.
Okay. So guys, just to sum that up, basically what the list stacking technique is, basically when you stack a list, what people are essentially talking about, how many motivational how many motivational factors are involved? Could it be, all right, they're behind on taxes, they have code enforcement, and they're in pre-foreclosure. So those could be 3 different lists and it's stacked up. So like, well, let me try to contact them. I know there's a problem. Let me see if they're ready for some Advil for their headache. So you can go after those, and those have a higher probability of a deal actually happen than when we do the blank throw rice at the ceiling when we go after everybody. So at one point, direct mail is extremely expensive compared to other marketing channels. But at one point, I was spending $15,000 and $20,000 a month in mail just in Charlotte. But what I was doing was I was doing the shotgun approach, which was, hey, if somebody would throw rice at the ceiling and see what's thick. And that worked until the marketplace got flooded with postcards. And then it was like, whoa, I'm actually losing money doing this stuff. And when you can continue to do mail today, but if it's a highly targeted list, those are the only guys I know that are successful, like with mail, that they go after highly targeted lists like these. Either list stacking, after they drive for dollars or driving for dollars, those are lists that actually work. So this is a good feature. But Matt, answer this for me. What tier do I need to be on to get access to this?
Yeah, I'm happy to show you this. So you've got, let me see here. It looks like my monitor's having an issue for some reason. Is it a little discolored for you guys?
I can see it. I see a white screen right now.
Okay, cool. Okay, good. All right, just making sure that my tech's still working over here. So if you're looking at like the driving for dollars option and then list builder, we've got 2 different options here. The list stacking feature you're talking about, so that's all that's within every single plan. So that's a brand new feature we're rolling out over the next couple of weeks. That every single if you could be on our starter plan or pro plan, elite, list builder or driving for dollars, regardless, like you're going to get access to that. So you'll be able to get all of that. I know our starter plan, the whole goal around that is just to get you out there doing 500 leads a month. You can add a driver to your account to help you add leads, if you're driving for dollars and need somebody out there to do that. If you're going to go look at our next option, and also the virtual driving for dollars that you mentioned, where you can pull that into our Google Maps and be able to click for dollars essentially by looking at houses on Google Maps there. That is also included in our starter option right here. The main upgrade for pros, you're getting more leads, more drivers. And then, outside of that, that's where you're going to get the route tracking feature as well. And then elite is really, if you're going to scale and add a ton of drivers, a big driving team, then elite's going to basically give you unlimited drivers to be able to bring in and do that. So our driving for dollars plans, you've got, a couple different options here. And then our list builder plan, same thing. You've got starter, pro, and elite. But again, all of those are going to include that list stacking feature that I'm showing you and that whole kind of leads view that you've got there. This is just, based on number of leads and number of lists a month that you want to pull. Those are really kind of the differentiating factors of those 3 different levels for you.
Gotcha. Okay. And with the list built, so basically you're going to have either you're going to have one of the 3. Then once you get one of the 3, as an addition, you can add on the list builder, correct?
Yeah. So if you want to do those in tandem, you'd be looking at, say $59 a month for starter on both of those. So that would be able to say like, hey, if you want to come in and actually, hit the drive this list button after pulling the list, that's where I'd recommend you start saying, hey, you have both of those in tandem plans going.
Okay. All right, cool. So yes, 2 different lists, Tracy. So basically so do you get the route on the basic? On the basic, do you get the route planning?
So here, I'll show you. You've got on the pro is where you're that's the main difference, is the route tracking, route planning, all that. So you're looking at pro right here. Yeah. Yep. Got it.
So on the basic, you don't get it. Right. Got it. Okay. So all right.
I will. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just say I will mention. I know you brought up virtual driving for dollars as one other thing where you can import people or import leads into your deal machine by clicking around the map like that. We are up. I'd say in terms of what's to come within Deal Machine, like over the next coming months, we are upgrading a little bit when it comes to our map functionality, to just making it easier for people to zoom in and out and use the map in all different ways while they're on the go. But a big part of that also will be your virtual driving for dollars, and you'll see an exciting upgrade on that coming in the next month or two. So you'll have, next time I'll be able to really show you a peek behind the curtain on that as well, and kind of show you what's coming there too.
All right. Okay, cool. And again, guys, if you want to try this out, you go to durudriving.com, durudriving.com, DORU, driving.com. You're going to get the 7-day free trial. You're going to get the credits. If you use that link with the credit, you get some free skips or some free mail. Just make sure when you download the app, right? And Matt is going to agree with me on this. Have the intentions to use it. This makes it the justifiable, right? By us using the actual app. And by us using it, you'll see that you're actually getting your money's worth. When you don't use it, then that's of course, then you don't, I'm wasting my money. But when you use it and you use these features, you see that you get your money's worth. And one thing, and I'm not just saying this because I actually promote this when I'm not in front of Matt, but I'm not just saying this. You guys can look at my YouTube channel. One thing, the reason why I promote this product, not only because I use it, it makes life easier. Another thing is because they have customer service. They have training videos. So it's not like once you pay, they just leave you hanging. If you decide to keep it after the 7-day trial, they leave you hanging. No, they have all that, to make sure that you're getting the most out the app.
For sure. Yeah, I know our support team, we get back to you. I mean, currently in the last month, it was on average in 2 minutes or less. So our whole goal is hey, we want to give you technology to make you more efficient, make you land that, help you land that first deal, give you the tools you need to do that without doing it manually. Like you said, this process has been around forever, but it is really, really rough to do it on your own without using technology. So we just want to help make that process way, way easier for you, just more fun in general too. I know we've had, we have the support team, but then also I know we had about 130 so far people come on our YouTube channel and talk about the deals they've landed using Deal Machine. Again, it's a tool that is going to make you better at what you're doing. It's not going to put in the hard work. You still got to go out there and use it yourself to really get the full value out of it. But we do have a ton of people talking about how they use it and how they're landing deals using it, and the deals they did, and break that down for you. So anybody that gets out there, again, make sure to use your promo code, because they're going to get more free stuff going that way. They'll get the free 7-day trial. They'll get free mailers, free skip tracing, all of that stuff, from using your link. But once you go out there and do land that first free deal, or for that first deal using Deal Machine, make sure to get in touch with me. We'd love to feature you guys too on our channel, talking about the deals that you're doing using us. So Matt@dealmachine.com is my email. Feel free to use me as a resource for that too. And love for you guys to be the next one where we're interviewing and give you a little bit of a spotlight as well.
All right, yes, and the promo code is RealEstate Doru. RealEstate Doru is the promo code, but you don't need the promo code if you actually just go use my link, man. So in closing, I just wanted to show off these new features, and that's basically it, man. So I'm hoping this can be useful for the community. We, Matt was so gracious to do this for free. So hopefully these features can be useful and you can utilize it. But the only way it's useful if you go out there and do stuff. And when I say do stuff, they built it to the point where you can drive for dollars from your couch, literally. And I did, and we went live talking about that a few months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it from your couch, but you just have to do something to get you a step closer to your goal. In closing, Matt, do you have anything else to say, man? If not, I'm going to just end this broadcast. We're approaching 30 minutes.
Yeah, this was great, man. Again, appreciate you having me on. Like, just wanted to show off the new stuff we're working on between, this whole new view with the leads like this, with our new list builder, with the new list stacking stuff. We're always listening to you guys on what we should be building next, to how to make it even easier for you. So, we have even a request feature option in here. Whenever you go in, let's see. I know we've got on this new tab right here. If you jump in, you've got request a feature, and that's where we're getting a lot of our new thoughts and ideas, is listening to you guys and building the stuff that you need. So don't be shy. Would love to hear from you always. And again, we're here to support you with content like this with our support team. And would love to feature you next as one thing that next with us. And I'm here to help.
All right. Thanks a lot, Matt, man, and appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thanks, Nasar. Appreciate it, man.